In a groundbreaking move, the European Union has just announced a sweeping regulatory framework for artificial intelligence. This new legislation could reshape the global tech landscape and impact billions of users. Here's everything you need to know about this historic decision. In the coming weeks, we can expect heightened discussions among EU officials and tech companies as they navigate the implications of the AI Act. This landmark legislation aims to regulate artificial intelligence by categorizing various AI applications based on their risk levels. The act is designed to ensure safety, transparency, and accountability in AI technologies, which have rapidly permeated various sectors, from healthcare to finance. Several scenarios may unfold. Tech giants may begin lobbying for amendments to the legislation, seeking to soften compliance requirements, or they could accelerate innovation to meet the new standards ahead of the 2027 deadline. The EU has positioned itself as a leader in tech regulation, setting a precedent that could influence global norms. Other regions may take cues from the EU, leading to similar regulatory frameworks emerging in North America and Asia. Experts predict that the EU's regulatory model could inspire a global standard for AI governance, which may encourage or stifle innovation depending on how it is implemented. As we move forward, key indicators to watch include public reactions to the act, which may reveal societal attitudes toward AI oversight, further clarifications from the EU on implementation details, and potential legal challenges from affected companies. The impact of this legislation could reshape the competitive landscape in the tech industry, as compliance costs may disproportionately affect smaller companies. Moreover, the AI Act could influence research priorities and funding allocations as organizations adapt to new regulations. In this evolving landscape, the balance between innovation and regulation will be crucial. The decisions made by EU officials and tech leaders in the coming months will set the tone for the future of AI development and its ethical implications across the globe. The journey to the AI Act began in early 2023, prompted by several high-profile incidents that revealed the darker side of artificial intelligence. Among these were biased algorithms that disproportionately affected hiring processes, leading to discrimination against marginalized groups, and significant data breaches that compromised the privacy of millions. These events underscored the urgent need for regulatory frameworks that could address the ethical implications and potential risks associated with AI technologies. In response, the European Commission launched a public consultation to gather diverse insights from a wide array of stakeholders, including tech companies, civil society organizations, and legal experts. A draft proposal was released in late 2024, igniting intense debate and revisions among policymakers and industry leaders. Throughout 2025, lobbying efforts from major tech firms intensified as they advocated for lighter regulations to foster innovation and competitiveness. However, public sentiment began to shift towards a demand for stricter controls, particularly after several alarming AI failures raised significant concerns regarding safety and ethical standards. This transformation in public opinion catalyzed the formation of a coalition among EU member states that advocated for comprehensive regulations. The motivations behind the EU's assertive stance stem from a desire to establish global leadership in tech governance, ensuring ethical standards are upheld while safeguarding citizens from potential harms linked to AI technologies. The implications of the AI Act are profound, as it sets a precedent for how emerging technologies will be governed not only in Europe, but potentially worldwide. As nations observe the EU's regulatory framework, they may be prompted to adopt similar measures. Looking ahead, the successful implementation of the AI Act could fundamentally reshape the landscape of technology governance, striking a balance between innovation and ethical oversight. The introduction of the AI Act signifies a major shift in how artificial intelligence will be governed, impacting millions of users across Europe and beyond. This landmark legislation is designed to regulate AI technologies, particularly those classified as high risk, which include facial recognition systems and AI used in critical infrastructure. The immediate consequences include increased scrutiny of AI products and services, as companies must now demonstrate compliance with stringent requirements. Major tech giants like Facebook and Amazon, heavily reliant on AI for operations, are now facing a new regulatory landscape that could reshape their business models. According to estimates, around 800,000 businesses operating in the EU may need to adapt their AI systems to comply with these regulations, a daunting task that could strain resources and innovation efforts. The Act aims to address significant ethical concerns regarding data privacy, algorithmic bias, and accountability. These issues have gained prominence in recent years due to numerous incidents where AI systems have inadvertently perpetuated discrimination or compromised user data. For the average person, this legislation could lead to safer AI applications, ensuring that technology serves society responsibly. However, it may also result in fewer innovative solutions as companies adjust to the new legal framework, potentially stifling creativity and slowing technological advancement in the short term. The regulatory approach taken by the EU is crucial as it sets a precedent for other regions. Countries around the world, from the United States to Asia, are closely monitoring the EU's actions, which could lead to a domino effect in global AI governance. As nations observe and react to the EU's leadership in this space, we may see a more unified international standard for AI regulation emerge. This could facilitate cross-border collaboration, but also create challenges for companies navigating varying legal landscapes. Looking ahead, the success of the AI Act will depend on its implementation and the willingness of businesses to adapt. If effectively enforced, it could usher in a new era of responsible AI development, balancing innovation with ethical considerations. The outcome may redefine not only how AI is developed and deployed, but also how society interacts with these powerful technologies in the years to come. On June 7, 2026, the European Union unveiled its long-anticipated Artificial Intelligence Act, aiming to regulate AI technologies across member states. The announcement was made by Margrethe Vestager, the European Commissioner for Competition, during a press conference in Brussels at 10 a.m. CET. The Act categorizes AI systems into 4 risk levels: minimal, limited, high, and unacceptable, imposing strict requirements on high-risk applications. This includes areas such as facial recognition, biometric identification, and critical infrastructure management. The legislation sets a compliance deadline of December 2027, with non-compliance risking fines of up to 6% of a company's global revenue. The backdrop for this legislation is a growing global concern over the ethical implications and safety risks associated with AI technologies. As AI systems have become more integrated into daily life, issues such as data privacy, algorithmic bias, and surveillance have come to the forefront of public discourse. This act represents the EU's commitment to establishing a framework that prioritizes human rights and safety in the face of rapid technological advancement. In response to the act, tech giants like Google and Microsoft have raised alarms, arguing that the stringent regulations could stifle innovation and hinder the development of beneficial AI applications. This backlash highlights a tension between the need for regulation and the desire for technological progress. The Act's comprehensive nature, applying to both European and non-European companies operating within the EU, establishes a uniform standard that could influence global AI governance. Looking ahead, the implications of this legislation extend beyond Europe. As countries around the world grapple with the challenges of AI regulation, the EU's approach may serve as a model or cautionary tale. The Act is expected to spark debates on the balance between innovation and regulation, potentially leading to similar legislative efforts in other regions. Stakeholders will need to navigate this evolving landscape carefully, as compliance will not only be a legal obligation, but also a critical factor in maintaining consumer trust. In this rapidly changing environment, the focus will be on how companies adapt to these new requirements while striving to remain at the forefront of AI innovation. What will be the global impact of the EU's AI regulations on technology and innovation? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analyses of breaking news.